cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's knocking. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang.
Second session, we're talking about trying to be a parent and get into your purpose.
Oh, the difficulties. Well, look, you saw an example of it today, right? Trying to record, trying to have like adult conversations, but having the little minions behind in the background screaming and whining for, random iPad usage or Fruity Pebbles. My little one was yelling about Fruity Pebbles or wanting to be on the screen. So it's like you try to be professional. You try to stay focused on the things you want to accomplish and creating content or whatever which is what we're doing. But then also having to tend to the needs at any given time of the little people in your lives. And I saw your kids walk in and out and they're like, are you done? Are you done yet? Are you still on? Yes, get out.
Nope, I'm not done.
Out. Don't you see me recording here? You know what's interesting? Nope. When I was doing the online radio show with Wayne, my oldest, this was like 5 years ago, so she was only like 3 or 4 or whatever, and probably like 2 or 3 actually. And at that age, it's like when they really need you, like I was still breastfeeding TMI, but so I'm trying to like hold a conversation, give my opinion, sound like a reasonable human being. And then I have this little kid, literally she would be sitting on my lap, but right under the screen, under the picture.
Yeah.
So she would be sitting with me the entire time I would be on with them. And I'm like, please just don't make a move, please. And a lot of times she would get up, camera, and then go back down. And you try to find the time, right? It's 11 o'clock at night. You try to find the time, but it just is one of those things when you're an entrepreneur and you're a parent and you're trying to follow your dreams and you're trying to like figure out who you are, because even if you're a parent or even if you're an older adult and educated and you've gone through your business and you've gone, you're at a certain level in your career, you're always still trying to find yourself, reinvent yourself, find your passion, pursue your hobbies, whatever it is. There's always that balance. And I think now more than ever before, and maybe I see it more with like the younger YouTubers, Instagram influencers, they're not as disgusted by a little kid whining in the background. Whereas before it was kind of like, can't you control them? Like, can't you find a time when you're not around that? I remember going to cocktail parties or business meetings or whatever it was that I had in my life, my career. And it's okay, well, I got to go pick up the kids and I got to go do this or I got to go do that and tend to my house. And you're always on this schedule. But didn't nobody want to hear that? Mm-hmm. People in your office didn't want to hear your kids' stories. They didn't want to know about your family life. And they weren't trying to be understanding of the obligations you had outside of your work, because you're obligated to that 9-hour, 8-hour block every day. And they like nothing could really interfere with that. That wasn't the purpose of you having a job. And I think now that work life, family kind of life balance is a little bit different. It's not easy to manage it, But I think the stigma of being a parent and trying to pursue, your purpose or your dreams is a little bit different. How do you feel about
Well, yeah,
guy?
definitely. How do I feel about what?
Being a guy from a male's perspective?
I definitely think that in today's world, it's a lot easier to pursue your dreams. Because we live in an information age, you can do things to, work on your dreams as well as, have an occupation while you kind of get to a certain point. There's also a variety of ways to make money. Of course, as a man of the household, you want to make sure that guys worry about being able to provide for the household while they're pursuing their dreams, and they want to make sure that that they jump into the boat when things having good standing with your wife, and your finances are in a certain place, and the dream is you're in a better place to execute that process. And so that's really the tug of war from a guy's perspective. Also keeping in mind that you're going to be spending a lot of hours pursuing something new. So if you have a relationship or you're married, there's going to be some sacrifices there. So from a guy's perspective, just that balance, trying to balance. And women go through that as well, but
I think it's easier for guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, my husband could be downstairs with the girl sitting right next to them, and they will still run up here, interrupt me no matter what I'm doing, to ask a question or ask me to help them get something that's like 2 feet away from where they were downstairs. They will still rely on me doing stuff with for them and with them, even though my husband's there, available, can help them. They just will still come to me for certain things, especially if I'm doing something else. It's like that's when they gotta get the most. I feel like for guys is easier because the demands of like family time are different, and not in every situation. Obviously, there are singles that do have to be all of it, at the same time. But I just mean like in a regular family dynamic, it's more acceptable even for kids, or more seen more that the husband or the father would be either out of the house or working. Even though my husband works from home, it's like when he's sitting at his desk, they don't go and disturb him. But I could sit at my desk all day long, and all they do is come up here, sit on my lap, use my stuff, play with the computer, play with iPads. They're all over the place. That's just my perspective.
What kind of advice you would give somebody with, in that type of situation, trying to like pursue like their passion, and they just, they haven't started yet. Let's say a new person that hasn't started anything yet, but they know exactly what they want to do, and they know how to do it. They just can't find the time. And I know you've been through this. That's why I'm asking you this question. I know you had to go through this process. What kind of advice would you give that person?
I think that timing is everything. So, for example, so now we're the physical, spiritual side, right? I really enjoy doing certain activities, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood. And other people will ask me about it. Hey, when you gonna, hey, let's get together and do this. Hey, let's do that or the other. And I don't know if it's like a procrastination, but I'm just not in the mood or vibing, like I want to do it, my mindset is set on it, it's running in the back of my head. But if you can't carve out the time to do it, then it's not time to do it. And I learned, like, I will have advisors, let's say, I have friends of mine, advisors, and they see me go through a whole bunch of different variations of work and businesses. As an entrepreneur, you come up with like a 15 million different kind of things to start and stop and start and stop. Yeah. And they're like, even my husband, he's an entrepreneur as well. And his mindset is like, you just got to push through. You got to do it like this. You just got to make time. There's no excuses. And it's very like, and you got to do it. And you got to set time. And you just got to stay focused. It's because you're not focused. And it's like, I'm just not feeling it. The energies, when and the time is right, the time is right. And it's so frustrating for other people to watch you go through the process, and like me specifically, and people will be like, but you could do this and you could make so much money doing this and you like doing this. Why aren't you doing this? And it's like, right this moment, right now, I just don't feel like doing that. And other people don't understand that process. But once it clicks in your head and you feel inspired to take action, then you need to take action. Because if you don't take action at that time, you might lose it. You know what I mean? Like if you're putting something out there and fear is holding you back, that's a different story. If you feel like you're not prepared to do something, that's a different story. Because, for example, I have been wanting, to do the radio show, to do this, to do that. But then I got so busy with work. And then I felt like it was such a big effort. I had to put so much energy just to want to do it. And it just so happened within 1 or 2 weeks, I had several different people just out of the blue comment and compliment things that they saw me say that I posted months ago. A year ago and 6 months ago. And all of a sudden, within like a 2-week period of time, it's like, hey, remember we did this? You did that to me. Hey, remember when we did this? Hey, I saw your video that you posted. Oh, I saw this other thing that you said. And it really like made me think about blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, you know what? Things are now lining up to where what I to contribute is going to make sense for the audience that's ready to hear it. So I got a lot of people asking me like, when are you going to do the tarot? When are you going to do the tarot? I cannot tell you what happened. I want to see your tarot. And I'm like, you know what? I can give out my energy and advice, but if I'm not feeling like doing it, then I can't do it. Not that I can't flip the cards and, whatever, but it's like, I'm not in it. And then I'm not enjoying it. And then I'm not passionate. Yeah. And then I am like, I feel like you're not going to get the full quality of what I could give, and I'm not getting anything out of it. So neither one of us is going to be satisfied by me forcing things to happen. But this came together, right? We've been trying. I mean, it takes so long to get to that point, because when you're younger, I'm saying, when I was younger, I was like, I just want to do it right now. I just want it to be done. And I want, everybody to hear it and listen to it and like it and share it. And, and now I'm just like, I'm happy with where I am and what I produce and what I create. And when I'm excited about something, like if you notice lately, if you gone to my Instagram at Kathy Talk, you'll notice a lot of workout videos. I took off from exercising for months. I get up all the time. I exercise all the time. I do yoga for years. I just didn't feel like doing it for like 3 months. I didn't feel like doing it.
Sometimes you need a break.
It wasn't in me to want to. And then all of a sudden, I started going to the gym, kind of dragging myself. I wanted to go. I dragged myself there. Bumped into somebody who shared the same kind of energy and passion, and she was on track and doing. I said, "Oh, okay, this is where I'm at." So I'm like, "All right, now I'm in it full swing." And we came up with a 6-week program. that we're testing out, and we're going to start recording videos, and all of that actually wraps into the stuff that I really enjoy doing. But had I forced myself to go when I didn't feel like going, I really don't think I would have got anything out of it, and I would have been bored, and I would have been more discouraged to even talk to anybody or whatever. But when things felt went, and I met somebody else that helped me, you know, stay motivated, and now we're creating our own little thing. And the same thing with you, like the same. But it's hard when you're young. It really is, because you're desperate. You're desperate to want to make it happen, and you feel like there's a to be successful. And you also measure success differently. I think you got to give yourself a break.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
figure out the happy moment that you have. I think is better. Like if you're doing something and it's fun, then do that. And then when it's not fun anymore, stop doing it. You don't feel obligated to it anymore. You have options. Go do something else. You know? That would be
that's true.
Nice.
That's true. I think for me, I was waiting for the timing as well. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew how I wanted to do it. It was just, you know, being busy with work and kids and, you know, trying to balance. It's still a balance because I'm working now. You know, as soon as we get off of here, I got to go and do some more work for my job, like at least 30 minutes worth, and, you know, log off. So I think for guys, like I said, we worry about finances and the balance, and that's all natural. But man, you know, today, one encouraging thing is it's so much easier now with the internet to start, you know, businesses online, and you can kind of experiment.
Yes.
And do different things. So
it's less pressure. I think if an 8-year-old could pick up an iPhone and videotaping themselves, you know, chit-chatting and post it up on YouTube and get followers. I mean, you just gotta be passionate about whatever it is that you're trying to contribute, and hopefully give people something they can walk away with saying exactly the information that they gave me, like, hey, you said something on this one video and I remember it. Or you gave like even clients that I have, oh, you gave me a beauty tip that I use and now I feel much better about, you know, the way I look, or I never thought about doing something in that way. Conversation. So if you think about what your contribution is to the person you're talking to, then that will feel better than trying to pump out content. I got to post every day at 3:00. I have a friend of mine, very serious about building his following. And a lot of people are, because you feel like it's a status or whatever. I don't really give a shit. You follow, you unfollow, you follow, whatever. I don't care. I'm putting it out because I think it's funny. I think I'm funny and I want myself be funny. And if you like it, okay. If you don't, okay too. But
if it's real,
you know,
if it's real, people are gonna know.
So they very systematic, even had it on the Google Watch alarm, must post at 3:00 every day. No matter where he is, what he's doing, will post a thing at 3:00. And I'm like, bro, sometimes 3:00 I'm busy. Sometimes, you know, but they're so regimented because they believe that it's some secret method to acquiring more likes or acquiring more hearts, and those things are very fleeting. That shit is not going to make you happy, because the second your people count goes down, the likes go down, and you're not getting as many views or whatever, you're going to feel terrible about yourself. Like, why even put yourself through that roller coaster? Do the stuff you like. Show the things that you do funny, that you're not trying to like yourself to impress someone, and you will find time, and then you'll find other people who want to do it with you, you know, slowly. It's a slow, agonizing build, and you shouldn't want to rush through it, because when you get, let's say people who get to 50,000 followers, on some of these apps, and then the apps go bankrupt or the apps disappear, and so do their 50,000 followers. And then there are a bunch of nobodies because they didn't build a life anywhere else except for on that app that no longer exists.
Yeah.
That shit is tough.
Oh, wow.
That shit is really tough. I feel bad.
Oh, God.
That's why I tell people, like,
that's messed up.
They're like, hey, I get a lot of DMs. Where did you go? I haven't seen you post. What's happening? Did you block did you block me? Did you block me? Because I'm strong on the blocking. But I didn't block. I just have been life. So I haven't been able to be on virtual life. And the idea of sitting in my computer, working, and then also working to post something so that I could feed like other people's appetites for whatever nonsense I might be talking in the day or whatever commentary I might give on something. It's like, I was off Facebook at least like since November. I think I haven't really even posted anything from some. It's
wow.
I just not in the mood. Just not in the mood.
Yeah.
But when I get in the mood, I'm on every day. You know?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I take like days off too. You know, you just can't. You got to take a break. Sometimes I don't do anything. No social media, no news, nothing. And I end up very happy when I do that.
The thing is not to feel bad about it, right? Because a lot of people will feel withdrawal, like they can't function with.
No, that's definitely not me.
Or commenting. Well, I think we're of a different technology group, right? We were around before Facebook, so we know how to live a regular life that doesn't include.
True.
At best, you had email. And we didn't even check emails every day. We like checked emails once a day. Now you
every other day or something.
Yeah.
Email is everything now. It's like your lifeblood.
Yeah, I don't live like that. Half the time, my daughter.
I mean, at work, you know,
well, you work a job. It's true.
Yeah, you check it like every minute. You know, it's like. Yeah,
well, that's another thing. That's why I started working from home, because I had my career, let's say, and they're like, here, your new iPhone, iPad, you're all these tools. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, whatever. This Saturday, you didn't check this email. It's fucking Saturday. That's why I didn't check that email. Well, if it was an emergency, if it's an emergency, you dial 911, because I am not an emergency call center. You don't call me under emergency. When you're in distress, you dial 911. Otherwise, you wait till Monday. It's urgent, but it ain't an emergency.
Yeah.
You know, and when I got to that level where the responsibility was more 24/7, rather than, you know, just a 9 to 5, give me my paycheck, I'll put my time, I'll go home and live my life. I was like, I got to change it up. I can't be doing this. That was the biggest struggle, to wake up every day and hate life and get on a commute and hate everybody on the commute. And I was just like, there's something got to change. So then the entrepreneur life was born. And you hate life in all kinds of different ways.
Really?
Well, when you start a business, you ain't got no money. Even if you have other people investing money in you, you really don't have anything. You are starting from scratch to figure it out. And there's no other way to do it other than figure it out. You know? As you could be as well supported, all the backing, mentors, you gotta figure it out.
Wow.
It ain't easy.
Wow, that's true.
Don't depress the young.
That's true. Well, it's worth it once you make it.
Yeah, once
it's worth it. You spend your time. You spend your time in, and you start seeing some of the returns, then, it pays off, the freedom. And
well, do you enjoy what you do?
My 9 to 5, I like it. I'm really at that point.
If you label it my 9 to 5.
I'm really looking forward to being financially independent full time. It's just something that, yeah. But you get to the point where you're definitely tired of clocking in.
Oh yeah.
Right. Even though my job is very flexible. I am a consultant, so it's really not a 9 to 5, but
more independent.
It's pretty independent, but I'm still looking forward to working for myself full time. And so,
well,
I mean, that's definitely the goal.
The preparation is for segueing into your everyday life is you need to think about multiple revenue streams. You need to think about ways that you need to understand there's ways that you're going to provide a service or something that you don't. There's clients that you not gonna work with, but you gonna, because you need money. There's services you're gonna provide that is gonna be like 100,000% not worth the time and effort that you put into it, and your client is also gonna be the most ungrateful mofos ever. And you're still gonna do that work for the amount of money that you don't even want, but you're gonna have to do it because that's part of the growing pains and the learning. I started 2000. My last job was like 2000. I want to say 2014. And oh my God, I can't believe I don't have any gray hairs. I stayed thin because I wasn't eating much. They're like, how do you keep your hair? Don't eat. Start your own business. You lose an appetite real quick.
What? You're funny.
For real. People think, oh, I'm gonna work for myself. I'll do this, I'll do that. No, you're not. You're gonna be working 24/7. You're gonna be angry at everybody until you figure out your flow and you figure out what's right for you, and you realize that sometimes you do stuff that you don't feel like doing, but the payoff is you don't have to listen to anybody else. If you really that client, you could actually say no and just do like ramen for a week until you get another client to pay you. It's more flexible. You don't have a middle manager like, hey, did you get that report? Hey, so-and-so called and they said you were rude on the phone. Hey, what about this? What about that? It's like, leave me alone. Yeah.
That's the payoff, right?
Well, I was able to replace my 9 to 5 completely with the work that I do, but I don't only do one thing. Like I do videos. Sometimes I play on the internet and, Facebook stuff and do tarot cards, and I do permanent makeup. But all those things get certified, which cost me more money, right? So I had to spend money on educating myself, building the skills in the actual direction of things that I wanted in order for me to now be able to use those skills to make money. So some days I'll have what's tomorrow? Saturday, I have 2 or 3 clients. So that'll be like 9 hours, but I'll bang it out and make a lot of money in 9 hours. Whereas I'm working on videos. So I don't have any permanent makeup clients. I got video clients, But I also went and did production classes so that I learned how to do video, how to edit audio, how to do all that stuff. So I had to get all the skills and learn all the processes to even put myself in a position where I could earn money doing whatever I want to do from home. And that by itself took at least 2 years, It ain't overnight.
Wow. Wow.
Are you contemplating what
that
you want to do yourself?
No, it's not more. It's not more so because I definitely know exactly what I want to do with myself.
Do you want to share?
So well, I definitely want to do something with real estate. It's been a dream of mine.
Like selling?
I have everything, but I have different. Well, I'm gonna do it to get to know the business, and I'm in the process of doing that now. But I definitely want to own, and it's a totally different angle that I haven't seen yet. In terms of real estate ownership, and it's just something that I always wanted to do. And,
well, if you always wanted to do it, you should definitely do it.
So I, like in radio. So I do a lot of radio shows now, right? Not only do I do my podcast, but I appear on other shows and whatnot. So you surround yourself with the people that are already doing it.
Yep,
and
exactly.
So
that's definitely a good point. If you want to do something, then you gotta be around people who are doing it and really ask yourself, like, can you wake up at that time and put in that effort and go through all that trouble and spend all that money and to get to that point? Will that be satisfying for you? Because everybody wants the end results, right? But do you want to? It's like losing weight and getting in shape. Do you want to wake up and commit to going to the gym every day? Commit to eating properly, having a clean diet every day. Like, are you willing to commit to that? Because I see a lot of people on the internet. I'm like, damn, her body is banging. And I'm like, she eats nothing. I don't want to eat what she's eating. I don't want to work out how she's working out. And you will never achieve that goal. Like pretty much that's not where you're at in life. So if you surround yourself with people that you like what they do, you feel like you can do what they do and think you could add, something to it, then go for it. Go in that direction.
This is The Cure.